Another easy
Defeating Zesco Girls of Zambia, a side that had eliminated. Here comes the coin toss session. It's up to captains, both Marlene Kasayev and Tamelo Ferrer. And we're off. Who get us kicked off, attacking from right to left, wearing their white kits. TP MAZEMBE, the defending champions, who are trying to bounce back from a defeat on match day 1, wearing their blue, attacking from left to right. And immediately going to contact is K2 Midsid, Ben 10 UTD. Straight from the get-go, we may see our first medical intervention on the pitch. Seemed to have gotten the best of her opponent and maybe stepped on by Gloriedet. Fortunately, K2 Midsid UTD back on her feet and ready to go. Gaborone United prepared for this match with some intense friendlies. The manager at the side, William Monene, stated that they played against Mamelodi Sundowns in a 1-1 draw friendly. Oh, but they're having to defend now. And quick off her line was Tamelo Ferresi. Never too comfortable for defense when a ball is bouncing around in your own box. It's always reassuring when the goalkeeper comes out with a commanding catch. But on the back foot yet again, TP MAZEMBE. This is much better than what we saw in the first half. Could this be the opener? Oh, nonchalant finish from Immaculate Msipa. That was a golden opportunity. The cross was a peach. The finish was rotten. Oh, it's a beautiful in-swinging cross. And then just Immaculate Msipa almost lacking conviction behind that shot. The captain of Zimbabwe, how important that could have been in this game. And Gaborone United have been warned already. They cannot lack concentration, especially in marking in their own box. Much better from Tupi. Just as I was saying that Gaborone United had intense preparations and drawing against Mamelodi Sundowns 1-1, and even winning against the University of Johannesburg 3-2. But on that occasion, they looked very exposed, and Tamelo Ferresi made the save, but it wasn't. It's more a miss-hit than a good save. Perhaps in an offside position. Dalmatua here. It was a Giftia Sifwa, pardon me. Both Ghanaian players wearing 25 and 23 respectively. Giftia Sifwa, who had a frustrating day at the office on match day 1. Couldn't find her stride. She too has a point to prove. Commits a foul. Or was it offside? Either or. Going straight to the duel and winning the second ball is Gaborone United, but stepping on it was Maponga. Late challenge, which offers a free kick in a very interesting position. For the Red Roses. Yes, she does get there first, the player from Gaborone United, and late to make the challenge was Kalibana Molakwana, one of the 3 players starting that did not feature in the starting 11 on match day 1. Could that foul prove to be costly? In any case, we have seen Gaborone United not shy away from taking free kicks from distance. Against JKT Queens, they struck the woodwork. Something they definitely work on in training. Oh, it's poorly executed. The idea was there, but now they're going to have to deal with this quick counterattack. The favorable bounce. The Tamelo Ferresi, like a track runner, quick to react at the right time. That's a poor punt nonetheless, and it's spread out to the right. Del Matua cuts back across. She'll have a second bite of the apple. It's the captain, Kasayev. Couldn't really control the ball, but in the opening 5 minutes, it's much more encouraging play from the defending champions, who are really injecting a lot of tempo. Much better throw-in than what we saw in the first game again as well, against ASEC Mimosa from Gloriedet. And we can take her word. Lamia Boubendi, the manager, born in Bereshid, Morocco. She has high standards. She did say that today was going to be a decisive match. There she is. That a lot of work was done around video analysis. And TP Mazembe, wearing their blue kits, are looking a different side than the one that featured wearing their white against ASEC Mimosa. Frisiane Mpika Mayombo, the goalkeeper, collects. Kasayev. Oh, interesting shift of the body from Msipa, but can't weigh the pass well. While her effort on target lacked power, her pass there to shift play on the right was overhit. Follow all the action as well on social media with the hashtag CAF WCL 2025. Share your thoughts and insights. Be part of the discussion. TP Mazembe starting to really pin their opponents back into their own half. Gaborone. Good header, but only so far to Kasayev. And jumping in, Lone Gaofitoge. Not sure she didn't make contact with the shot, but it's an ambitious effort. This is a squandered opportunity by Immaculate Msipa. Gifted, and her run was good. She found herself right at the penalty spot and the right time. Well-worked play. Really deserved more. TP Mazembe still on 0 goals this tournament, as are Gaborone United. Group B only had 1 goal scored on match day 1, coming from the Ivorian striker Ouedraogo. It came at the 66th minute to come reward the Ivorian side for their tactical masterclass as newcomers in this tournament, to upset and stun TP Mazembe. Here they are now. They've worked the ball well into space on the left. Fake of the shot once by Rosemary Adesina, but she's pickpocketed and then cleared without much purpose. A building play by Gaborone United. They're starting to struggle a little bit. Gaborone United's side, it's a good tackle. It's perfectly timed at the center circle. And now they can attack with numbers. Have to be accurate with this final pass. Ditebe, patient, waiting for reinforcements. Full commitment from Kenya Ditswe. Isn't rewarded for her efforts, and she's on the ground. TP Mazembe. There's acres of space on the left-hand side if they're able to shift. It's a good look. Challenging for the header was Giftia Sifwa. And finally, I believe it's the referee, Shamira Nabada. We'll have a check on Kenya Ditswe, the left back. Crunching challenge from Msipa. Blocked the delivery. It was a bit of a soft pass from Ketumete Dithebe. Disappointing how she handled that attack. Almost removed the urgency and put her teammate in a bit of a precarious situation. That was always going to be a little tricky. The Desiree Kenya Ditswe, the 21-year-old left back, who was out with an injury in early 2025. It's a tough cookie, and she's back on her feet. Msipa, very eventful opening 10 minutes for the Zimbabwean captain who represented her nation in the 2016 Olympics. Surely she'll be involved in much more action as the match plays on. Here's Kenya Ditwe. It's a quality searching ball. A bit of a mess between. And there's space on the right. Gaborone United, can they deliver a quality cross? They do, but it's even better defending. And finally, into the safe gloves of Mpika Mayombo. So Gaborone United responding well after being a little bit pushed around in the opening 7 or 8 minutes. They're showcasing their character. As a reminder, they're not a team that needs that much possession. On match day 1, they had 5 shots on target, but only 35% of possession. Oh, it's a mishit by Giftia Sifwa. Much better quality of football being played on match day 2 from Tepe Mazembe. Notable improvements in the build-up, notable improvements in the tactical plan. It's much more clear to get to the box, find players in spaces and let them express themselves. Of course, Gaborone United are also much more open to playing themselves into dangerous situations, which allows for them to be countered. Asec Mimosas took a much different approach on match day 1. They instead were keen on clearing the ball out for throw-ins, chopping up the rhythm. Gaborone United are much more up to just playing without setting it out of bounds. But will it cost them? They have to defend here. The header, excellently timed from Gelfetoge. The danger isn't extinguished just yet. Shanice Foster. And it's late, but it's the right call. Surely thanks to video assistant referee. And Shamira Nabada hasn't had much work to do, which is a good sign. There hasn't been malicious fouls. It's been very free-flowing football from both sides. Gaborone United, who, as I was about to say, don't need much possession to leave their mark on a match. On match day 1, only had 35.8% of the ball. Just all about how they combine with each other when they do break out in attack. Also a side that can rely on being dangerous from set pieces. They do have so many goals in them, Gaborone United. It's what Tepe Mazembe has to be wary of. They can't let their positive spell go to waste. It's Gaborone United, in their domestic championship of Botswana, won all 14 of their fixtures, scored 61 goals. And in the group stages of the COSAFA qualifications, scored 11 in 3 group stage matches, and then 4 times in the knockouts. Oh, they've intercepted. Trying to break out quickly. Back to goal, but now it's Ithebe. The pass is well timed. Just floated a little bit too slowly, allowing for, I believe it's Ladida Fatou Ngombe to recover. Not giving up Stelma Atua until she did. It's the captain, Tamelo Feresi, who during that COSAFA qualification tournament actually picked up the goalkeeper of the tournament award. Kenya Ditwe. Searching pass from Ochawe. Gaborone uncharacteristically holding on to possession for about a minute. It's quite evident that they're much more at ease when they transition quickly from defense to attack. They have the speed. So many forward players, such as Ganyo Adiwe, Anlametse on the right. Lesego Radiacanyo. She also too can bring offensively, and then of course Ketumete Ditebe, Maungo Pongo too. There she is, Maungo Maponga, the lone striker. Perhaps a little bit too isolated in these opening 15 minutes. Good defensive move from the midfield, and she's earned a free kick. I believe it's Obonete Ratari. Obonete Ratari, the number 23. Doing great work cleaning up in the middle of the pitch, arriving discreetly. And she's earned a free kick in an interesting position. How are Gaborone United going to play this? It's a long ball into the second post. A lot of power behind that cross. Oh, but it's poorly cleared. And that's a miss-hit by all standards. And the player who won the free kick is now one who's conceded a goal kick. Obonete Ratari. Almost hurried to take that volley. She had space and in such a central position, maybe could have controlled it down. TP Mazembe in the last 8-10 minutes or so haven't been able to shine as they did in the opening 8 minutes. They didn't capitalize, and they now have to re-inject some tempo in this match. They have width, and Shanice Foster on the left, at the top of your screen, but now she's covered. Good touch from Adesina, immediately trying to find Giftia Sifwa, and that's surely clear instructions. From Lamia Boumedi in her tactical plan. Find the forwards, let them link up, let them combine to try and pierce the armor, so to speak, of their defense. But as the minutes continue, of course there's still so much time in this match, but as the minutes continue to edge towards the end of this first half, there may be that psychological aspect which comes into play. TP Mazembe, defending champions, yet to score a single goal after 2 match days. That must weigh on them. The earlier they can score, the better. So Gaborone United, they're on the back foot. Oh, that's beautiful! What a save! And just as I said, TP Mazembe were looking to score as soon as possible. They put in all the ingredients, but they didn't count on Tlamelo Ferresi making a brilliant save on her line. Oh, lovely workup. And it's a midfielder, Mokloana, again forgotten. One-touch effort. Not much you could falter for there. Ferresi again. Wow. It's no wonder Tlamelo Ferresi wears the captain's armband for the Red Roses. The 2 best chances have for sure fallen to the defending champions in TP Mazembe, but the score remains at 0-0. Gaborone United, now thanks to their goalkeeper, are holding the powerhouses from the DRC to 0 goals after 19 minutes and 30 seconds of play here at the Suez Canal Stadium in Ismaila. Not bursting with supporters by any means, but a thrilling encounter to watch. It's been very entertaining. Fascinating to see how TP Mazembe has responded after their match day one. Disappointing out performance and result against a tenacious side in Gaborone United, who are not laying down at all, trying to play with their weapons. Happy to not have too much possession and counter with pace. Gaborone United are trying to make the most of their first time at the Women's Champions League. Last year, they narrowly missed qualification, losing out in penalties to UWC. They are a stronger side. The tip by Itebe doesn't help out her teammates, and running as fast as she can is Moglokwana. Grace Edet. Edet skipping away from her first marker and then wins a free kick. I have to say, Gloria Edet has been playing very well on that right-hand side from both defensive and offensive contributions. Full of energy, but also technically very on point. She too has picked up personal awards in her career, Gloria Edet. And the referee, Shamira Nabada, awards the first dangerous free kick for Tepe Mazembe. You can see how she skipped away, waited for the right time to evade Kenya Ditswe. Not exactly sure where the challenge was, but maybe in the follow-through from Kenya Ditswe. So Portia Boaki, the veteran Ghanaian center back, wearing the number 15. She's seeming like the most likely to shoot this free kick from this distance. From that angle, it's almost inviting a left-footed forward to go for that open space, the right post. But it could be a cross. Oh, it's not exactly sure the 10 yards were respected there. The referee, Shamira Nabada, allows play to carry on, and not a retake of the free kick. Almost scuffed. A little bit of a misunderstanding between Ferrezi and Gaufik Goge. But Gaborone United escape well and driving into the box. Fortunately for the tout-puissant, Mpika Mayumbo was attentive and alert. But that's also a way that perhaps through a favorable bounce, Gaborone can unlock an opportunity by driving with pace. Gaborone United, just 3 years ago, the idea of a women's team was just an idea or project. But once the ownership realized that the future of football was going to be feminine, that's when they invested largely in the women's team. And there's been good returns on the investments. Silverware qualification to the Women's Champions League. And now, in the group stages on match day 2, they've already picked up a point on match day 1. Provisionally, they'd have 2 points. And there is a clear identity of play. It's low possession, but it's high counterattack. Tepe Mazembe seem to be very familiar with this. One-touch pass from Kasayav, inviting for Sego Radiacanio to go out of position, but she doesn't take the bait. But Tepe Mazembe make a mess of their spell. Almost as much as a mess as Maungo Maponga with that pass. Oh, it's clumsy from all sides. And the first shot on target falls to Ketumetse Dithebe from her left foot, her favorite left foot. And it was simply handled. There was a little bit of give and go between both teams in the final third of Tepe Mazembe. Not exactly what you'd like to see as a defending champion. And they get away scot-free. Oh, a little bit of an error of concentration with Gaborone United. Can they capitalize? TP Mazembe searching for a penalty. Shamir Nabada doesn't blow her whistle, but still on the ground is Gifty Asifwa. She was loading up a volley inside the box and is still on the ground. Play will stop. See if video assistant referee will review the play, but upon the initial viewing, didn't seem as if there was enough to gift a penalty to Gifty Asifwa. Good touch. No, be a very harsh penalty. Nancy Belletzi makes her play right in time and makes contact with the ball as well. Didn't have any intentions of... Well, her intentions were to touch the ball, and that's exactly what she did, so it would be a very severe penalty decision. It's more that Gifty Asifwa was caught in the follow-through of Nancy Belletzi. And then Gifty Asifwa is back onto her feet. The sister of a professional football player who featured in the French league for Le Havre, Ebenezer Asifwa. As for Gifty, she's had a successful career. She finds herself playing for the defending champions, but also played in Turkey. She did say, however, that her brother was an inspiration for her to become a professional football player, and she's been a good outlet. Shamir Nabada dropping the ball, and it'll resume. Kasayev, good bit of technique from all of TP Mazembe's players. Oh, it's wonderful, except from the finish. It's as if you built a beautiful car, but messed up the paint job. Everything that was there. Just the final shot wasn't. Adesina did so well to cut onto her left foot and create a pocket of space where she was facing the goal in a central position. Tamelo Ferresi, would have been difficult to see how the goalkeeper would have been able to make the save if that ball was going to curl inside the post. Gaborone United can be quite happy to currently be very much in this match. And still have had sequences where they've looked dangerous themselves, the Red Roses. But they're struggling to contain TP Mazembe when they showcase their technique. But on the counter-attack, this is where their strengths lie. The cross sails over the heads of everyone, including Shanice Foster, the Jamaican fullback, who rushes to put ball back in play and find her midfielder. Driving right on the line, earning another throw-in, but much further up the pitch. Shanice Foster throwing in between the right back and the center back, but handled expertly by the Botswana champions. Long clearance, and awaiting it was Gaonyade Olametse. So a bit of a change tactically put in place by Gaborone United. It's no longer Maungo Maponga who's the lone forward. It's now Olametse. They really are having a difficult time in finding their lone forward. While TP Mazembe are grinding through, pushing and pushing. It's another cross from Grace Edet, or Glory Edet, excuse me, and familiar sight. Tamelo Ferresi shooting the danger with her safe hands. Shanice Foster, it's a through ball, but met intelligently by Bonang, the 26-year-old who came on for the injured Goitsemang Tlama. A bit of a blow dealt to Gaborone United on match day 1 in their game against Tanzanian side JKT Queens. Here's Glory Edet holding the Ola ball, created specifically for this tournament. Long throw in into a dangerous area. It doesn't bounce around. Instead, it's a corner kick. Good defending again from Kenya Ditwe. It's been a good duel, Kenya Ditwe and Glory Edet. A match within a match. Glory Edet lays it off to Bouaki. Gaborone doing everything in their power to push back this latest wave of offensive. But TP Mazembe at the half-hour mark are slowly installing themselves in enemy territory, but just struggling to get that final pass, that final shot, which can ruffle the back of the net. They've done almost just enough, but tempo starting to re-accelerate for TP Mazembe. This is what they like. They're causing chaos. But Tamelo Ferezi flies into the air like a superhero and collects again. Very long clearance from Ochawe. Could hear the impact her boot made with the ball, but it doesn't result in possession. Oh, could be the moment. TP Mazembe, and it's deserved. They've opened the scoring. Tout puissant Mazembe, the defending champions of the Women's Champions League, go up 1-0. And they finally thwart Lamelo Feresi. The side from DRC get their first goal of the tournament, and it comes right at the moment where they were starting to really showcase their dominance. And there's nothing you could say about the finish this time. It's perfect. Cleans the bottom corner, the pass as well. The touch is so beautiful, silky smooth. And they really made it look easy there. Cutting through the defense like a hot knife through butter. Gaborone United, you could start to tell, we're really starting to struggle, and we're counting on their goalkeeper a little bit too much. Their defenders not having the answers for all this movement and this intelligent build-up play. It's brilliant from TP Mazembe and Gaborone United. The newcomers to this tournament are down 1-0. Kalibana Mokloana. The camera pans on William Monene, the manager. His 4-1-4-1 formation, not exactly efficient against TP Mazembe. Their main threat has come through Keitumetse Dithebe on the left, but she's been muzzled for the last 20 minutes or so. Intelligent defending from Portia Bouaki, the seasoned veteran. That'll do a lot of good for the morale of their side as well. See that, of course, the popular connotation is that you're never more vulnerable than the 5 minutes after you score a goal. So they have to be alert. TP Mazembe, that's when a side after conceding sometimes has that psychological boost to want to score again. It's also when a team that scores sometimes drops some focus. Ball goes out of bounds with Thelma Tua believed until the whistle. Keitumetse Dithebe, it's a give and go. Prevented from sending in a long ball by Immaculate Msipa. The midfielders for TP Mazembe have been so solid in their positioning and their finding a lot of success in blocking a lot of passes and intercepting. Careful though, however. They haven't been completely perfect. They've allowed for Gaborone to find some spaces, but it's a lot better. A much improved performance. Oh, from the outside of the right foot. That's beautiful. Squared back. Nobody found. Say on all cylinders, TP Mazembe have been outstanding in this first half. The lead could be more than one if they had been more clinical in their finishing. Comfortable in possession. They know when to increase the tempo, when to play long, when to play short. A performance of the standard of a defending champion of the Champions League. Shanice Foster. Oh, that's a bit of a careless pass with her right foot. And she's put her teammate in a bit of a precarious predicament. She gets back into position, Shanice Foster, but not a very well worked give and go. But thanks to two blocked clearances. Oh, it's the number 20, it's number 20, I believe. No, excuse me, it's Ditembe. Right in the chest. Ketumete Ditembe receiving the ball. Powerful clearance. Put her body on the line for her team. Could have resulted in a chance being created, but Maungo Maponga, the number 7, didn't latch on to the blocked clearance. Ditebe is back onto her feet. And with 8 minutes before we reach the 45th minute, the end of this first half, of regulation time, at least the first half, shouldn't be too many stoppages, as it's been a very free-flowing game without an excessive amount of stoppage time. Surprised to see Shamir Nabada add too much on. It's been quite a bit of a tactical masterclass by the Moroccan manager Lamia Boubedi. Much improved. It's important to remember that TP Mazembe have not played any competitive matches before the Women's Champions League 2025. Their qualification was automatic. Oh, it's a good cross! Wow. If Giftia Sifwa was just a few meters closer to the 6-yard box, that would have been a complete... How would you put it? Bit of a sucker punch almost. Gaborone caught flat on their heels there. Yet again, they're almost inviting for TP Mazembe to enter their box. The header goes wide. Oh, but TP Mazembe have to be more clinical. They have to have that killer edge. They need to increase their lead. Football can be such a cruel game, and if you don't take advantage of your positive spells when you have the ascendancy, just as they do now, you could be punished later on. A header from Giftia Sifwa, difficult to execute, but all she had to do really was redirect it on target. The cross was very good once again. There's been very good deliveries in the last 10 minutes or so from TP Mazembe, and they're suffocating Gaborone United ladies. And protecting her ball, Marlene Kasayev. Too aggressive, commits a foul. Not exactly sure that was necessary. It's with her left foot. Absolutely clips the heel of Lesego Radiacanho. The Botswana international. She scored on her in her recent international match against Tunisia in July of 2025, the number 26, but we haven't seen her in goal-scoring positions. Okay, can the Red Roses lift their head up and find solutions? But you can tell there's just way less numbers inside of the box when they go forward. Way less numbers in general in the attacking sequences of play. It's 3-4 players. As for when TP Mazembe, they settle in with a controlled attack. Even their midfielders are making runs into the box. This time, not the best example, a little bit of the curse of the commentator, but that was a counter-attacking play. That was a counter-attacking play, so. But we'll see more of it shortly. TP Mazembe, so many players that could be in goal-scoring positions. 4 players in the box for TP Mazembe, an example, 5. So it's quite noticeable, the difference in numbers and commitment going forward between the two teams in their build-up play. It's just given back, but Gloria Det, although her back pass was intercepted, maintains possession. She can put a lot behind those throw-ins, the number 19. Shifted to the left by the goal scorer, Mokloana. For Shabwaki, one-touch pass, which breaks the first line. Mokloana goes for goal. Invigorated by her goal, Kalibane Mokloana, the South African midfielder, attempted the spectacular with that effort. Why not? They just seem to be the dominant side in this opening half on almost all criteria. But they have, at times, offered opportunities for Gaborone United to be in front of their goal. Just the Red Roses have also lacked a lot of killer edge. It's going to be the left foot of Mochawe. It's going to be surely very powerful. Shanice Foster. Almost a bit of a blooper reel moment. Frisiane Mpika Mayombo didn't control that, and fortunately she saved it. It's a bit too rushed from TP Mazembe. There was a lot better to do there. They could see what their intentions were, to try to break away with speed and quick passing. There was just an imprecision in the decision making. So Lamia Boumedi, who's deployed her players in the same formation as we saw on match day 1, but completely different philosophy. Mokloana, she's conducting into the box. Oh, miss-hit clearance. She should have done better, and the body language of Thelma Atua, who you saw on the bottom of your screen, says it all. They're being so wasteful. TP Mazembe clearly deserve to have more than a 1-goal lead based on how much they've created. Gaborone United are on ice skates now again. Clean defending from the number 20, Onametse. That'll do some good, but only temporarily. Stopped in her stride was Thelma Atua. And it's been another wave of offensive from the title holders, who haven't put this match to bed by any means. A 1-0 lead is way too slim to be comfortable. Gaborone United, although they haven't expressed themselves to their fullest, are a side with goals in them and belief until the final minute. You can expect that from the Botswana champions, the 2-time Botswana champions. against JKT Queens. They earned a penalty at the 90th minute. They didn't score it. Could TP Mazembe further their lead now? They don't make the most of that little bit of havoc in the box. And on the foot race, Shanice Foster just gets the ascendancy over Maungo Maponga. Very impressive from Shanice Foster. Three minutes of added time. Plenty for TP Mazembe to muster up one more attack. Now she's just having fun, it looks like, Shanice Foster. They can't be too cocky. Gaborone, can they mount an attack themselves? That would be stunning. Shanice Foster beaten way too easily and bailed out by Gloriedet, the right back, who finds herself all the way on the opposite end of the pitch. What an opening half she's had. She's been exemplary and even doesn't concede the corner kick. Last touch coming off a Gaborone United ladies player. Shanice Foster, after that one sprint, beaten way too easily. That was not her finest moment. Again, Shanice Foster, again another poor touch. Gaborone United finishing the half on the front foot, but hasty with their finishing. Maybe a little bit of fear, maybe almost too much respect for TP Mazembe from Gaborone United as we rewatch the goal. The touch into the box, just 2 touches was all that she needed. Galibane Mokloana, excuse me. Gaborone United, if the second pass is good, and Gloriedet once again wearing her firefighter outfit extinguishes the danger. She's been impregnable. And the player who replaced the captain of matchday 1, Bironje Nsumba, is proving her manager right. Safe defending, but Gaborone United can't turn over the ball now. Shamira Nabada calls a halt to play. It's Gloriedet who goes to ground. So much activity from the number 19. The former player for Bayelsa United, well, excuse me, Bayelsa Queens of Nigeria. She has the experience in the world in this stage as well. In 2022, she featured in the best 11, the Women's Champions League, and this stop was determinant. Such good defending, great timing, doesn't go to ground, stays on her feet. And then, of course, the reinforcements of TP Mazembe arrive to break the play. So we've now passed the 3rd minute of added time, but there was a stoppage at around 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So we may see 40 seconds or about that much added once we see the ball back in action. From now, Gaborone United have to hurry up now. But they can't be messy either if they are to thwart the defense of the caliber of TP Mazembe. They've won a free kick. Can they mount one last attack? Doesn't seem so. Shamira Nabada calls things to an end for this first half of football. TP Mazembe, who went into this match with several questions to answer, provided a lot of material to showcase that they haven't made adjustments to their matchday 1 stunning loss, courtesy of a goal scored by Kailebana Moklowana. But before and after, they were looking to be the better side in this 45 minutes. Gaborone United, the newcomers, the Red Roses, came with a 4-1-4-1 formation, and their forward was way too isolated. struggling to link up and create offensively. Although they are a side that don't need that much possession to threaten, they were just unable to really string convicting attacks with the conviction, and even ask questions of the goalkeeper of Tepe Mazembe and Pique Mayombo. For the defending champions, they're looking like a side that are reinvigorated by 3 changes, perhaps tactical adjustments. From a psychological standpoint, they didn't wait. They created their very first opportunity at the first Ndola girls. Then in the final, Gaborone United defeated Zesco Ndola girls in a penalty shootout. The match ended 1-1, finished 4-3 on penalties, and that's how they stomped their ticket. MAZEMBE of DRC, who deserved their lead thanks to a cracking players, Kagabelana Mokrowana, who got on the scoring. We'll see another change now, actually. I believe it's Immaculate Msipa who's exited the pitch. So no more of the Zimbabwean midfielder who had the first chance of the match, perhaps one of the best ones. Didn't score. And now it's Elena Bono, an attacking-minded player, on for her from Equatorial Guinea. Mixed up the order there. Equatorial Guinea also represented in this Women's Champions League via Quince de Agosto, who took quite a big scoreline against host nation club FC Mazar yesterday in Group A on match day 2, 5-0 that score. And so we're back here at the Suez Canal Stadium in Ismaila. Not the warmest weather, and it's starting to cool. 16 degrees. Humidity levels also increasing. It's 56%. As the sun
Earlier
sets,
this afternoon at Sec Mimos.
it's important for Tout-Puissant Mazembe to remain cool, but also cool in front of goal. They squandered several opportunities. Elena Obono, her touch getting away from the incoming Obonetse Rathari. Couldn't control her defense. You could see she slipped. No malicious intent in her defensive play, but took down Obono. Long clearance, well, long cross, excuse me. Patricia Boaki, nominated for CAF Player of the Year this year. She has such a good left foot. Also captain of the Ghana national team. Pinpoint long pass right into the number 3, Nancy Balezzi. Oh, it's a poor giveaway. Don't need to invite Tepe Mazembe anyway, but if opening in the box, Moklowana, could she get on her double? Last-ditch defending. And there's an offside. Perhaps it was on Asifua. But Gaborone United, that's a warning sign written on the wall in fluorescent colors. Tepe Mazembe. Oh, it's a very close offside decision. Gifty Asifua had the right reflex to play the pass quickly into her teammate. And that's one of the issues with offside decisions, sometimes coming in late. Plays carry on, players sacrifice themselves to defend, and there could be resulting injuries when, if the call would have come earlier, all that could have been avoided. It's part of the game. Just as football has evolved, assistant referees take a little bit more time to blow their whistle, sometimes relying on the video assistant referee to make the right call. It seems as if Shanice Foster is limping a little bit. Some discomfort from the number 12 as she collects the ball for a throw-in. Had quite a dominant first half until the final few minutes where she almost, well, she lost her duel and had to be saved and bailed out by Gloria Idet. Long clearance. Gaborone United, they have numbers. This is an unfamiliar situation for them. They can't squander this opportunity. Coming back to save the day, at least for now, Ladifatu and Gombe. And after 5 minutes of play in the second half, the tempo is starting to increase. We're seeing TP Mazembe also breaking out with pace. They're shifting the ball to the left, counting on Elena Obono to make things happen. Her cross, much too soft in its trajectory and also in its destination, right into the gloves of Feresi. She too had quite a good first half. Nothing she could do on the goal conceded. Gaborone United ladies, if they were able to get just one more touch towards Onametse, the number 20, she would have been through. It's a game of details for now. Miscommunication between Obono and Mokloana. Even if Mokloana had followed through with her run, pass from Obono was really heavily weighted. It's the first ever meeting between these two sides. It's the third time TP Mazembe face a club from the South African Conference. Played against Mamelodi Sundowns in 2022, as well as the University of Western Cape in 2024, or otherwise known as UWC. Had good memories of playing against UWC, winning 2-0. The edition of this tournament, which they won. Play stopped. So as things stand, Tout-Puissant Mazembe, if they were to hold this result, will pick up 3 points, and their first points of the tournament so far would be equal with ASEC Mimosa and hop over Gaborone United as well as JKT Queens. Of course, later on this afternoon, 6 p.m. local time, there'll be the second match of Group B. JKT Queens of Tanzania taking on ASEC Mimosa of the Ivory Coast. Gaborone United do not seem shy about playing forward. If anything, they're looking as keen as ever to quickly threaten. It's a side that are making their first ever appearance in the Women's Champions League, and they're hungry. But they just have to make sure they stay cool. And the goal that they conceded, it all stemmed from a quick giveaway, and they were unable to get in motion. Similar to the experience of TP Mazembe through some individual brilliance like Kasayav, Elena Obono. This time the give and go functions well. The cross is interesting. Can they shift the ball right? TP Mazembe, brilliant build-up play, but almost a tad too patient, and Desiree Kenyaditswe, through her actions, claims possession and is brought down. Both Desiree Kenyaditswe, the left back, and Gloria Idet on the right back were involved in so much this match so far. names to look out for in the future. Both so young. Desiree Kenyaditwe, just 21 years of age. Gloria Yidet, 24, but performing at a high level. Oh, it's good snuffing out from Mukluana, the goal scorer. Almost trying to force the pass through the defense of Gaborone United. It's given away cheaply. Kasayev letting her experience speak for itself. The goal scorer in the final in 2024 as well as in the semi-final. The ball's helped on into the box, chasing it was Selma Atua, trying to link up with her country compatriot Gifty Astifwa, both Ghanaians. Selma Atua wearing the number 25, playing on that right wing. Played a pivotal role in the championship campaign. Featured in all of the matches. Shanice Foster. Kasayev. The outside of her boot. Tries to play a deft touch. And she wins it back. Imprecise with her spread wide pass. Elena Obono. Now on her right foot. Plays with her captain, Kasayev. It's a floating shot, and it's beautifully dealt with by Camilo Ferresi. The trajectory was floating, but the destination this time was the top corner. And Ferresi, with her 1.60 m, had to extend herself to the fullest and time her jump perfectly. She was going right underneath the crossbar. What a hit that was. Not much momentum behind it, but placement, all placement from the number 8, who's really picking up stride. Oh, there's just nothing like when Kasegofetse Mochawe strikes the ball with her clearance as the number 2 for Gaborone. But it's come right back again. Obono runs into a wall of white. Like a bee on honey was number 15, Boaki. The cross is great, in a dangerous position. Oh, but why did she decide to chest it at Thelma Atua? And there's a penalty awarded. Penalty in favor for Tipe Mazembe, but it just feels as if Thelma Atua, had she put her head to it, would have put the second goal in. But they've earned another opportunity, and it's going to be from a spot kick. Obono has been in absolute danger. Thelma Atua miscontrolled. I believe the foul is on Desiree Kenyaditwe. She catches the left foot with her left foot. There's a trip. It's a light contact, but inside of the box, you have to be perfect whenever you're defending. Any form of contact on an attacker that impedes their motion towards goal. Now, it didn't seem as if Thelma Atua was going to reach the ball, so it's perhaps slightly controversial. But referee Shamira Nabada, confident in her decision. Giving instructions to Camilo Ferresi that she has to stay on her line. And Marlene Kasayev taking a penalty in the Women's Champions League. For those of you who watched the final last year, this is a very familiar sight. Can she finally offer that 2-goal cushion that Tout-Puissant Mazembe have been pushing for since they scored the opener? It's Kasayev against Camilo Ferresi, the best goalkeeper of the COSAFA tournament. Said before the tournament that her biggest inspiration was Hannah Hampton of Chelsea, who's second to none in the penalty exercise. And more time waits, the more nerves can build for the penalty shooter. Marlene Kasayev has to keep her composure and coolness. We're awaiting video assistant referee Just going over the incident. Was the contact enough? Or was it faint enough to change Shamira Nabada's mind? The referee from Uganda, who even took part in the Paris 2024 Olympics, as well as major tournaments in women's football around the continent of Africa. It's her first big controversial moment of this match. From the way she's interacting with the players, she seems very serene and tranquil. Perhaps receiving live time information in her earpiece as the VAR room looks over the contact. For those of you joining us now, we are waiting to see if TP Mazembe will be awarded a penalty after an incident between Desiree Kenyaditsiwe and Thelma Tua. It was a cross from Elena Obono. Wasn't well controlled by Thelma Tua, the Ghanaian. She was brought down in the box, but wasn't enough for a penalty. From her initial reaction, referee Nabada was certain in her choice, but it seems as if she's receiving. The penalty's awarded, it's confirmed. So after a few minutes of deliberation, it's Marlène Kassaïa, the captain of Tout-Puissant Mazembe, presenting herself to take the penalty. Will she aim for the right, the left? She goes left, and it's in the back of the net. Marlène Kassaïa opts for the different side from the final of the 2024 Champions League. And in match day 2, gets the second of the game, opens her goal scoring tally in this tournament, and offers a lot of breathing room for Tout-Puissant Mazembe. Zamelo Ferrezi almost got her hand to it. She played it quite well, didn't dive early, and she didn't pick a corner, Kassaïa, but enough power to get away, and look how much it means to her. Looking to the stars, she is one, Marlène Kassaïa. And now can they add more? They'll be looking to further their lead, increase their goal differential as well. TP Mazembe on match day 1 picked up 0 points and lost to ASEC Mimosa of Côte d'Ivoire. They're able to further their dominance, score more goals. That'll be more than welcome for their supporters, as well as their hopes of finishing top of the group. They'll also have to count on perhaps JKT Queens taking away points from ASEC Mimosa on the following group. But in any case, the match is not over. The triangle passing has been working so well for TP Mazembe this match. Giftia Sifwa closed down by a bunch of Gaborone United ladies. But this is where they struggle. The transition for the Feds to attack. They want to break in with pace, but too many TP Mazembe defenders are waiting. The ball this time is well weighted. But Shanice Foster winning in her foot race. Just physically, she's had the ascendancy on all the wingers that have played on her side. Yeah, that's textbook defending from Shanice Foster, getting ahead of your opponent and then shielding the ball with authority. So TP Mazembe, although they won last year's edition, this year has similar reward in terms of the prize money for the winners. 600,000 US dollars, but a victory in the Champions League final of the women's edition would book a ticket to play against the winner of the Asian Women's Champions League, Wuhan Zhangdu. And the winner of that game would face Arsenal in the first ever edition of the FIFA Club Women's World Cup. But there's spaces on the left and the right. If Mokloana had only lifted her eye and seen Elena Obono, she was in acres of space. Surely she's in an offside position. Maponga, but she's going to go until the end. Missed her shot, and the offside call will come. Mpika Mayombo wasn't quick enough off her line, but disrupted Maungo Maponga, that's for certain. Yeah, she was several meters offsides. A little bit of an kind of a tall tale sign that Gaborone United are short on inspiration and really unable to find the solutions to unlock this very compact defense put in place by Lamia Boumedi, the Moroccan manager and mastermind behind this TP Mazembe squad. Shanice Foster brought down. She'll receive a little bit of medical help. Late tackle by Ganyade Olametse. Probably another indicator of the frustration around this outfit. The Red Roses unable to find solutions. They've really come up against the wall. It's Yaoun Modize who's going to come on. The substitute who also featured on match day 1. And making way is Nancy Bailetsi. So the first substitution of the match for William Monene. The manager who used to be at the helm of Botswana club Double Action, as well another women's side. Now leading Gaborone United ladies. Shanice Foster back on the pitch. It's a well-dosed pass, and the cross was perhaps could have sneaked past the first post, and the linesman saw the ball cross the line. But Elena Obono, like a shark smelling blood, saw the ball bounce and immediately attacked it. So it was actually a corner kick. So well done from Obono. The cross again from Bouaki. This time over the goal frame. Pamela Ferrezi, simple pass. But it's not a very simple clearance. They're struggling to accomplish the fundamentals, Gaborone. Finding teammates in movement and space. Winning duels. It's very difficult. And a lot of credit has to be given to TP Mazembe in the way they prepared for this game. They've taken their opponent very seriously. And now we're starting to really understand and see the performance that it's of the caliber of a defending champion. Not an easy job, given that TP Mazembe hadn't played any competitive matches before match day 1 of the Women's Champions League. And with a largely reconstructed team compared to the one that won last year, with players from all around the continent. That's a clear as day jersey tug. Advantage wasn't let play on, and Obonete Rathari will receive a stern talking to from Shamira Nabada, but no booking. Just a warning. But it's another symptom of the physical domination So that'll be all from Thelma Atoua. She'll be coming off, the number 25. As well as number 14, Rosemary Adesina. And coming on is number 3, Vivine Makassi and Grace Achampong. So 2 of the 3 forwards who started this match now on the bench. So a bit of a tactical reshift, as Grace Achampong and Vivine Makassi are more defensive profiles. So perhaps now the order of the day is to hold on to the lead. Shanice Foster brought down again. Has to be careful there on Lamete. She's on a booking. Another foul could prompt Shamir Nabada to take out her next yellow card. This time it's good defensive anticipation from Radia Canio. And it's time for Kasayev to get into the booking. So the free-flowing rhythm of the match has completely shifted. It's a lot more of a choppy affair. Seeing clumsy fouls and the whistle being blown more and more frequently since the penalty was scored. Perhaps indications of fatigue, not only physical but mental fatigue. The pressure of playing at Women's Champions League is so high, especially knowing what's at stake. The prestige, the prize money, and the prospect of representing Africa at the first ever Women's FIFA Club World Cup. We're still far from that, but the camera pans on Yaoun Modiz. But as of now, TP Mazembe have given themselves a real option and have responded very well to their opening day defeat. Of course, they fell in the trap of being another defending champion to lose on match day 1. Bouake with authority. Getting away is the substitute, Grace Achampong. She does bring a lot of skill with her technique. Vivine Makassi, she brings speed. Both substitutes linking up. Too much of a heavy touch for Vivine Makassi. But the 19-year-old, blistering pace. Just had to perhaps corral a little bit more. Gaborone United wasteful in possession. But again, it's not something that they're scared to do. On match day 1, they played a lot better against JKT Queens. Well, didn't concede any goals, but their possession percentage was 35.8%. But they managed to have way more shots and had dangerous situations than in this match. Some sides don't need a lot of the ball to be dangerous. Gaborone United is one of them, but today they haven't been that dangerous, especially after the restart of the second half. Here's Makassi, plays it to Glory Edet, the Nigerian fullback. Lofting cross, scooped into the 6-yard box, but Ferrezi composed as ever. 3 defenders to the 2 attackers of Gaborone United, and Grace Achampong's first touch was perfectly in her stride. You can see she's really at ease with the ball at her feet, Grace Achampong. Bouake with her heel rolling over the ball and finding her center back partner. Maklowana, sloppy touch, and Bouake. Achampong once denied, second time works out. And they're just managing their lead expertly, TP Mazembe, as you'd expect Experience side, escaping everyone. The boss of the midfield, Kasayav. Naive defending again from Kenya Ditwe. Trying to creep an effort past the near post was Makassi, but Tamil Ferezi, her feet were firmly positioned on that near post, so no trouble. But another instance of Tepe Mazembe winning all their midfield duels, technically a little bit superior, physically just winning all their duels in the defensive end, like now. That was an effortless interception for Shanice Foster. Finally, Gaborone United, can they spark a semblance of an attack? They're just late and imprecise. It's been a bit of a nightmare for Gaborone United since conceding that second goal. Not exactly interested in damage control either, but they're not finding the link-ups and the combinations to break the lines of Tepe Mazembe. It's Route 1 football, but it's easily dealt with. It's much too easy. But now they've perhaps a little bit gone a little too comfortable. But look at the numbers, the absence of numbers. Gaborone United have no players in front of the ball carrier when they attack. And once they do put numbers forward, Tepe Mazembe are already having 10 players in front of the ball. So just good tactical preparation from the side wearing their blue and white kit today. Makassi perhaps a little overconfident with their speed. Runs out of bounds. There was better to do there. Double substitution again for Tout-Puissant Mazembe. It's Belonge and Zumba, who wore the captain's armband on match day 1, making her introduction. Giftia Sifwa exit the pitch. So 4 changes have already been made. And the final one, number 7, Samuel Ulua Yemesi. And Ulua Yemesi, and her first touch. And her second almost found the back of the net, but she's helped on by her teammate, Ulua Yemesi. The substitutes all linking up. Obono shot. Too much power. Almost wanting to smash it into that top corner. But no accuracy on that effort. There was just a little bit of a misunderstanding from the beginning of that counter press. Vivine Makassi and Ulua Yemisi not linking up perfectly. It's also Glory Edet, who had a smacking first start. Played very, very well. Showcased her versatility in both the offensive and the defensive. Driving into the box is Shanice Foster. She's slaloming into the box. Goes down. Doesn't claim for penalties, but she's assisted by Ulua Yemisi. All these fresh legs are starting to cause real harm to Gaborone's defense. 5 substitutions, all hungry for more. And it's that freshness that's now injecting new intentions in this match. So Tepe Mazembe, who had a habit of scoring in all their most recent encounters. Perhaps there is a check on the challenge on Shanice Foster for video assistant referee. That's my best guess as to why Shamira Nabada, the referee, is halting this corner. From how I saw it, Shanice Foster was taken down inside of the box, but didn't seem as if there was enough for a penalty claim, and I believe that was the right decision. So play carries on. Tepe Mazembe, unsurprisingly, maintained possession. Gaborone United seem as if they really are shuffling and having to improvise in every defensive sequence. TP Mazembe trying to play quickly, but there's a player down. It's number 8, Galfetoge. No, there's no penalty. It's clearly a good touch on the ball. That's just textbook defending, actually. Oh, the volley, the second one. It's almost a little bit too rushed, the attacking play from TP Mazembe. If only they have to stay a little bit more level-headed. The opportunities have come, and they could come. They have the technique, they have the quality in the movements, they have the ingredients to get that third goal, but they don't need to rush that much. The substitute in Zumba wins a corner kick. Gaborone United struggling for air here. So Gaborone United, who scored 15 goals in their COSAFA qualifications, are being stood up by very talented TP Mazembe. The header looping over Flamelo Ferrezi. She was on the case, but solid header from Samuel Luayemesi. Only Gaborone United short of inspiration and pressed high by Luayemesi. Doing everything they can to prevent the defending champions from scoring that third goal. TP Mazembe, they've squandered several opportunities to get that third. Could have done a lot better in the chances that they've created, but they still have time, and with their fresh legs, they have a burst of energy which can really prove to be vital in finding spaces behind the back of Gaborone United. Like now, good let off. Zumba trying to squeeze through 2 Gaborone United players, and in the end all she can get is a throw in. It's the top goal scorer of the COSAFA qualifications, and who also picked up a yellow card. Onametse will be exiting the pitch. And on comes number 10, Seboto. Disappointing outing from Onametse. Oh, it's a good shot. Claims for handball, but Shamir Nabada was well positioned, so didn't see reason to blow a whistle. Shanice Foster, and they're just preventing everything that Gaborone United are trying to offer. There really is no room for the Red Roses to flourish or blossom. Le tout-puissant Mazembe are living up to their name. They're looking all-powerful and are sending a statement to the rest of the teams in this Women's Champions League that they are prepared to deal with sides that are very quick, that can score a lot of goals and hold them to 0. And can they? Thrust for the third. Obono's cross. It was low and driven. maybe not played forward enough for Oluwayemisi. Obono's been very difficult to deal with. Shanice Foster's throw has a lot of distance to it. I have to say, I have to credit Tepe Mazembe from their throw-ins. They've been so much better than they were against ASEC Mimouza as well. They've really turned the corner after that defeat. Kasayev is stopped, but and that's, if there's one way to recap how Gaborone United's second half has been, that's the image you'd like to see. Foul called on Elena Obono. Oh, they get away. Gaborone United ladies. But in the process, one of their players received a very strong knock, seems to be in a lot of pain. You could hear a voice resonating around this Suez Canal Stadium in Ismaila. But she did it to herself. Those are almost worse than contact injuries. When a player does it to herself, it's sometimes. And if she's to be injured, that's a situation that goes from bad to worse for Gaborone United. Throw-in played short. Good hold-up play from the substitute, Modiz, and she does brilliantly to maintain possession, but not helped by her teammates in this case. Turn around well. Aradia Canyo doesn't have too many solutions going forward. It's a pinpoint pass to Kenya Ditwe, but they have to be working in tight positions. Kenya Ditwe, full of belief, and crumbles at the end. Kenya Ditwe, although she did concede the penalty through a foul in the second half, she can be proud of all her efforts. Defended and also attacked with vehemence, and she has that explosivity about her that's very valuable. Oh, Kasayev making a mess in the midfield, and that's a free opportunity offered to Gaborone United. Kasayev in a heated discussion with her teammates, but it's really all her there. Her touch put her teammates into warm water. And the shot's deflected out for a corner kick. The in-swinging cross. Goalkeeper punches it away, but Oluwayemisi was also there. Helped upfield. Obono, can she shift to the right? Oh, it's left on. This is excellently played. Makasi, is she in an offside position? Oh, wanting to think Mokloana's layoff pass was the right decision there. Tried to find her teammate, Ashampong, but if anything, Tepe Mazembe's performance hasn't been 5 stars, given that they should have scored more than 2 goals. They had the better chances, and goals do matter in this tournament. Goal differential could be the difference between them finishing in first or second place. Of course, they will face off against JKT Queens on Saturday at this very stadium. Concurrently, while Gaborone United will take on ESSEC Mimosa. However, at the Right to Dream Stadium, which is in October Gardens. Match day 3 games will be played at the very same time. Group A's games will be in the afternoon, or the early afternoon, while Group B will be the later fixtures. And 5 minutes of added time, signaled by the fourth referee. Another player of Gaborone United ladies having to receive a little bit of medical attention. It's Otang Bonang, the 26-year-old Botswana. So not a very successful day at the office for the COSAFA qualification champions. They came up against a very strong side in TP Mazembe, who took this game very seriously. Good one-touch passing. On the overlapping run is Nzumba. One touch, but perhaps could have waited a little bit longer. That's one thing that TP Mazembe, they have to be a little bit, of course they do like to play with speed, but certain times they have to know when to speed up, certain times to wait a little bit. And that's a good example of it. Elena Obono, her run was incisive, but then she waited to lay off a quality pass. Really good introduction by manager Lamia Boumedi of Elena Obono. She stirred so much problems for Gaborone United on that left-hand side. Played a role in the second goal being provoked as well. Kasaya, the captain. You hear the instructions of the TP Mazembe coaching side, telling them to be careful. They don't want to, they're keen on keeping that clean sheet. Shanice Foster's pass is wayward. It's a shame because her control was of the highest order. Pressed by Alua Yemisi and pickpocketed by the number 7. Alua Yemisi earns a throw in, but could have perhaps been more. Foster, not exactly slow to take the throw in. TP Mazembe sensing this could be the window to score that third goal. Another celebration. Could it be coming? Who could be the one to have that creative spark, and as well as that? Well, in general, actually, seems like they may now have to be on the defensive. It's Nzumba on a foot race, shielding the ball and doing well enough. Proper defending from Bilange Nzumba, who is in the best 11 of the 2024 edition of the Women's Champions League. One of the 4 TP Mazembe players who were in the best 11. Didn't start this match. Glory Edet played so well. It'd be difficult to see her starting on match day 3, but those are decisions for Lamia Boumedi to make. Gaborone United have introduced themselves into the box for the first time in a very long time, and the tackle from Sebotho. TP Mazembe switching from left to right. That was a tough ball to control for Makasi. But now given away, they're going to insist on this right-hand side. And it's Bilange Nzumba, one-touch pass. She's been sloppy in her distribution, Bilange Nzumba. For all that she brings defensively, offensively speaking, she's a little bit less decisive than her counterpart in the same position, Glory Edet. Less than 20 seconds to go before we reach the 5 minutes of added time. Shamir Nabada has a look at the watch. TP Mazembe trying to force their way through. It might happen. Can they break the deadlock for the third time? It's a left-footed effort, and it finds the back of the net! What an ending to cap off an incredible performance. And who else other than Elena to grab the third goal? She has been second to none in this second half. Excellent introduction, excellent play from Elena Obono. And she deserves this goal. She showcased her pace, her patience, fixed her defender, won the dribble, and then sent a shot which comes to cuddle that second post. You can see how much it means, and celebrations is what they were given a serious beating today. And Tepe Mazembe march to the top of the table, and they'll be able to comfortably enjoy watching JKT Queens and ASEC Mimosas battle it out in the match which will be taking place at this very stadium in an hour. A complete performance